The sound of metal crashing onto the polished hangar floor echoed through the building like a warning no one wanted to hear. Every executive inside the luxurious conference room turned toward the grease-covered mechanic standing beside a worn-out toolbox. In his rough hands rested a tiny replacement part worth only $120, a simple solution that could have saved a private jet valued at millions. But before anyone allowed him to finish explaining, one decision driven by pride changed everything. Less than 24 hours later, a mysterious billionaire walked through those same doors carrying a single check worth $120 million, proving that kindness ignored often becomes opportunity lost. Before we begin this unforgettable journey, please take a moment to like this video, leave a comment, share it with someone who believes in kindness and second chances, and subscribe to the channel, Beyond Single Dad. Your support helps us continue sharing emotional stories that remind the world that compassion is never wasted. Morning sunlight poured through the enormous glass walls of the Hawthorne Aviation headquarters, making the rows of private jets sparkle like treasures waiting for their next destination. The company had built its reputation on luxury, speed, and prestige, and its young CEO, Victor Hawthorne, believed image mattered more than anything else. Every meeting, every purchase, and every public appearance was carefully designed to impress wealthy clients. Success had become his identity, and somewhere along the way, humility had quietly disappeared from his life. Outside the executive boardroom stood Rowan Mercer, a maintenance technician who had spent nearly 2 decades repairing aircraft. His hands carried scars earned from years of honest labor, and although his uniform was stained with grease, his knowledge of aviation systems was respected by everyone who actually worked beside him. Rowan had discovered a tiny hydraulic valve inside the company's newest executive jet that needed replacing. The part cost only $120 and required less than an hour to install. Unfortunately, the repair recommendation arrived during the worst possible board meeting. Several investors had gathered to discuss expanding the luxury fleet, and Victor wanted everything to reflect perfection. When Rowan entered carrying the maintenance report, silence filled the room. He politely explained that replacing the inexpensive valve would eliminate the pressure issue appearing during testing. Victor barely glanced at the report. Instead, he frowned at the mechanic's oil-covered sleeves and old toolbox sitting beside the conference table. To him, Rowan represented old thinking, unnecessary caution, and inconvenience. Without carefully reviewing the recommendation, Victor dismissed it in front of everyone. Rather than approving the inexpensive repair, he announced an entirely different plan. The aircraft would undergo a complete $12 million systems upgrade. Every outdated component would be replaced, not because it was necessary, but because the announcement itself would generate headlines and attract wealthy customers. The executives applauded. Rowan quietly picked up his toolbox and left without another word. No one noticed the disappointment hidden behind his tired eyes. For Rowan, this wasn't simply about a mechanical part. It was about respect. Years of experience had taught him that machines often failed because people ignored simple truths. Small problems rarely stayed small when pride entered the equation. He drove home that evening to a modest farmhouse outside the city, where his daughter Ivy greeted him with a warm smile despite noticing his unusual silence. Ivy had watched her father spend years fixing things others considered worthless. Whether it was broken lawn mowers, old bicycles, or abandoned engines, Rowan believed everything deserved one honest chance before being thrown away. That philosophy had shaped Ivy's entire life. She remembered countless evenings sitting beside her father in their tiny garage, learning that patience solved more problems than money ever could. The next morning, Hawthorne Aviation prepared for a major press event celebrating the expensive aircraft upgrade. Reporters gathered. Investors smiled. Cameras flashed as Victor proudly described the company's commitment to innovation. Then something unexpected happened. A long black sedan quietly rolled into the hangar. An elderly gentleman stepped out wearing a simple navy suit. There were no bodyguards surrounding him, no dramatic entrance, and no attempt to attract attention. Yet several international investors immediately recognized him. His name was Alastair Mercer. Few people inside the building realized he was one of the world's most respected industrial entrepreneurs. His companies operated across renewable energy, aerospace manufacturing, and advanced engineering, with investments worth billions. Even fewer knew he was Rowan's father. Unlike many wealthy businessmen, Alastair had spent decades keeping his family life private. Rowan had intentionally refused financial help throughout adulthood, choosing instead to build his own life through honest work rather than inherited wealth. Alistair slowly approached Victor. Everyone expected congratulations. Instead, he requested a private conversation. Inside the same conference room where Rowan had been dismissed the previous day, Alistair carefully placed two items on the polished wooden table. The first was Rowan's rejected maintenance report. The second was a certified bank check totaling $120 million. Victor stared at the unbelievable number. Before excitement could replace confusion, Alistair explained why he had come. Months earlier, his investment firm had been quietly searching for an aviation company to partner with for the largest sustainable aircraft modernization project in the country's history. Hawthorne Aviation had reached the final stage because of its reputation for technical excellence. As part of his evaluation, Alistair secretly observed how the company treated every employee, from executives to mechanics. Yesterday had revealed everything. The one person who truly understood the aircraft had been ignored because his appearance failed to match the company's image. A $120 solution had been replaced with a $12 million display of ego. Alistair slid the enormous check closer. He explained that it represented the investment Hawthorne Aviation could have received. Then, just as calmly, he pulled it back. Money, he said, always follows character before it follows intelligence. Victor felt the room grow painfully quiet. Every executive suddenly understood what had really been lost. It wasn't simply an investment. It was trust. That afternoon, Victor wandered through the maintenance hangars for the first time without photographers or assistants following behind him. He watched technicians crawling beneath aircraft, cleaning engines, inspecting bolts, and solving problems invisible to those sitting in luxury offices. For the first time in years, he realized the company had never been built by boardroom speeches. It had been built by people like Rowan. Victor eventually found Rowan repairing an older aircraft in complete silence. The mechanic didn't look angry. He simply continued working with the same dedication he had shown every day for 20 years. That quiet professionalism hurt Victor more than any harsh words could have. He sincerely apologized, admitting that his pride had blinded him. He confessed that somewhere between chasing success and protecting the company's reputation, he had forgotten the value of listening. Rowan accepted the apology, not because mistakes disappear with words, but because carrying bitterness only creates another broken machine inside the human heart. Over the following months, Hawthorne Aviation transformed. Maintenance workers began attending executive planning meetings. Every employee's recommendation received proper evaluation regardless of job title. The company introduced scholarship programs for technical students from low-income families. Veteran mechanics were invited to mentor young engineers. Slowly, respect replaced ego. News of the remarkable cultural transformation spread throughout the aviation industry. One afternoon, nearly a year later, another familiar black sedan arrived outside headquarters. This time, Alistair entered with a warm smile. He had spent 12 months observing whether the changes were genuine or simply temporary public relations. He found employees laughing together. Executives sharing lunch with technicians. Managers asking mechanics for advice before making expensive decisions. The company had become something entirely different. Without dramatic speeches or television cameras, Alistair finally signed the investment agreement. The same $120 million that had once been withdrawn now became the foundation for building one of the country's most advanced sustainable aviation research centers. The project created thousands of jobs. Young apprentices found careers. Communities prospered. And Rowan continued arriving every morning carrying the very same old toolbox that had once embarrassed the executives.